Alright, so just to recap, we're doing our compound interest, and we know that on our calculators we have these different options that we use, and these options are based on all of the different variables that we need to think about when we are doing compounding. And you might remember that we work this all out on our calculator in the TVM mode using the compound interest section. So when we look at this question, we're starting with exercise 12C2. What we've got is finding the future value. Now, what's really important when you do these questions is that you check what you're being asked to find. So in these questions, it's all future value, okay? And so what that tells us is that every time the future value question is going to be a 0, and that's what we're going to solve for. So we're going to press the F5 when we get to it, so that's the one that is going to give us that answer. So as a reminder, n is our number of years times our compounds. So this means that we're looking in the question for how regularly it's compounded. We're seeing here annually, okay, and we're seeing for 3 years. So we know that the annual means 1. So in this case, it's going to be 1 times 3 because we have 3 years. And then down the bottom, our PY and our CY is also going to be 1 because it's annual. The next bit that we can look at is the interest rate, which is our 5%. And so when we put that in, we're going to just put it in, we don't do anything to it. We have our present value, and our present value is how much money we have initially. And we can see we have $2,000 invested. Invested means we put it in the bank. So there's a $2,000 with a negative. Then we know that PMT we keep 0 for our questions, and FV we keep 0 for our questions as well. So now we're going to go into our calculator and we're going to solve for it. Now just give me 2 seconds to find my calculator. It is here. Okay, and just move it over and shut that. Okay, so you might remember that we go into our mode. We've got our TVM that we go into. We go to F2 for compound. Then I'm going to put 1 times 3. I'm going to put 5. I'm going to put negative 2,000, 0, 0, and 1. Then going to push F5, and I got 2,315.25. That was my FV. That is all we need to do for this question. In the next question, it asks us how much interest will she earn. So you might remember that our interest is always the difference between how much we have at the end, take away how much we started with. Our FV, take our PV. So I'd like you to give A, B, C, D, question 2 a go. And then we're going to give question 3 a go, where we copy the table out. And we're going to just repeat this with changing interest rates every time. You don't have to write out all the working out for that question, just fill in the table. For question 4, we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to work out what we earn in each of these sections. I'll provide you with some work solutions.